Krishna is not an entity. Krishna is the womb and the seat of the entire universe. First thing that comes to our mind whenever we think about Krishna is his beautiful peacock feather. God who never forgot to smile amidst all kinds of adversities. So Krishna is for those who are fallen. So when he holds everything in the universe, then how can the negative not be held? Krishna is known for his smile, but his smile is also a little bit of a trap. And why do I say this? I say this because Krishna is not an entity. Krishna is the womb and the seat of the entire universe. We can say that this entire cosmos plays in that womb of Krishna.
जैसे फल का आधार फूल होता है और वृक्ष का आधार बीज होता है, इसी प्रकार सारे ब्रह्मांडों का आधार हम हैं।
यह देख गगन मुझ में लय है, यह देख पवन मुझ में लय है, मुझ में विलीन संसार सकल, मुझ में लय है झंकार सकल, अमृत भूलता है मुझ में, संहार झूलता है मुझ में, उदयाचल मेरा दीप्तिभाल, भूमंडल वक्ष स्थल विशाल, भुज परधि बंद को घेरे है, मैं नाक मेरु पग मेरे हैं, और दीप्ते जो ग्रह नक्षत्र निकर सब है मेरे मुख के अंदर, और दृग हो तो दृश्य अकांड देख, मुझ में सारा ब्रह्मांड देख।
Let us see what the form of Sri Krishna tells. So there is one story part of it, the fable part of it, and the other is the symbolism. We are going to deal with both. So the first thing that comes to our mind whenever we think about Krishna is his beautiful peacock feather. What does it stand for? So I would like to narrate one story. So let's see what the story says about the peacock feather. So once when Ram and Sita were living in the forest during that 14 years of period, Sita was very thirsty. There was no water anywhere. So all of a sudden, Ram's eyes fell upon a peacock. So a peacock was loitering somewhere around. The peacock came up to Ram and inquired as to what he wanted. And Ram said that Sita is extremely thirsty, if he could get some water. So the peacock was more than happy, right? So the peacock said that you have to follow me and I'll take you to a spring where you can quench your thirst. So they start following the peacock through the forest. Now it is a very dense jungle and there is no proper way to reach it. So what the peacock does, that while going towards the spring, one by one, it begins to shed its peacock feather. And why it does so? Because he knows that it would be very difficult for both of them to find their way back. And here the peacock is very well aware of the fact that if it sheds all its peacock feathers, it might even die. But the peacock is not bothered about its own life. That is the kind of bhakti he had, the kind of love he had. So the peacock begins to walk, and as the peacock is walking, one by one, the peacock feathers begin to fall off from its body. And finally, all three reach the spring. And it's a very beautiful spring, and Sita is very happy. She goes, she drinks the water, she quenches her thirst, and Ram is also very pleased. And the moment they look back, they see that the peacock is lying on the floor. And it's almost listless, about to die. And it is left with virtually no peacock feather in its body. So Ram was very compassionate. So his eyes were filled with tears. And he said that I wanted to thank you because you helped us to quench our thirst. But there is no way that I can do anything for you now. So what do I do for you? So the peacock doesn't say anything, it's just fluttering its wings and it's about to die. And then Ram says that, okay, I give you a promise that I am never going to forget this gratitude. In my next life, when I come, you will be a part of this form. The peacock gives up his life and Ram takes birth as Krishna. We know that he is an incarnation of Vishnu. So he comes to this world as Krishna, and when he comes, he does not forget his promise. So hence, the peacock feather is always on his crown. The second part is that a peacock feather stands for celebration. It stands for festivity. And if you see the life of Krishna, every single day of his life, every single aspect of his life was like a dance and a celebration. One God who never forgot to smile amidst all kinds of adversities. Nothing could daunt him. So which means that if you want to embed yourself in Krishna consciousness, you must know how to celebrate life, how to smile through all adversities, and don't wait for a Holi or Diwali to have a party or a celebration. Let every moment of your life be on a celebratory note. Let it be a celebration. This is the message that Lord Krishna wants to give us. Another message that he wants to give us is that where do you find a peacock feather normally? It's fallen on the ground, right? So Krishna is for those who are fallen. So he says that you might feel that you have fallen. You may feel that you are good for nothing. You may undergo low self-esteem, or you may think, oh, I belong to a low caste, or I don't have this talent, or I don't have this or that. But for Krishna, he is for everyone. His love is for everyone. That is why God is known as Patita Pavan. Okay, Patit Pavan means the one who's fallen is also, he accepts as pure, as one who is worthy of love. So his love is for everyone. So if you are fallen, then too he picks you up and puts you on his crown. So this is what the peacock feather stands for. This is the first symbolism. Now second, we come to his smile. But his smile is also a little bit of a trap. And why do I say this? I say this because his smile brims with Maya. That is why you are captivated. Once you look at Krishna and his smile, you cannot just move. You cannot go anywhere. His smile is very captivating. And what is it? It holds you. It binds you. You are attached to it. Right? So, when Krishna came to this world, he reincarnated in this world, he came with whom? He came with Yoga Maya, another form of Shakti. So which means Krishna came and he brought Yoga Maya. And then Yoga Maya tried to kill Yoga Maya, and she disappeared into the air, and she started laughing and saying, you think that I am Krishna? The one who is going to kill you has already taken birth. So where Krishna is there, Yoga Maya also comes. Okay? But then he is just behind the veil. So everything that we have, all the possessions that we have, we think it to be our own. We say, this is my house, this is my car, this is my son, this is my daughter. So what is this Maya? This is Yoga Maya. That is why in Manas Puja or in visualization on Krishna or on dharana on Krishna, we say that don't just look at a smile, you will get caught, it catches you.
मन से बड़ा बहरूपी न कोई, पल पल रचता स्वांग निराले, माया ममता में उलझा रही वो, पड़ जाए जो मन के वाले.
Just begin with his feet, right? So this is what we say. So that holds, that is symbol, and even his back is known to be Maya. So all it is said that he holds everything in the universe. So when he holds everything in the universe, then how can the negative not be held? So what is negative? It is actually not negative. It is the rear side, the back side of him. So then we come to a very important aspect of Krishna, that is his Murli. He is known for his flute. And what is that flute? It is basically the awakening of the heart. His flute, the sound that comes out from his flute is what? It is the Nad. And what is Nad? Nad is the unstruck sound that is reverberating throughout the universe, throughout the cosmos. Right? If you are very sensitive, if you have that subtle hearing, if you become very quiet, silent and meditative, you can actually hear the sound, and that is the sound from which everything comes out. In fact, energy, like the words that we speak, we think that they are words. They also have a sound, and sound has a vibration. That vibration has energy. So that energy which sustains everything is the sound that comes from his Murli. That is called the Nad Brahma. And it helps you to awaken your Anahat Chakra, your heart chakra. So if your heart chakra is open, you can hear that sound. This is the first thing. And second thing is, there is another very beautiful symbolism attached to it. If you see how a flute looks, it is hollow, right? So Krishna says that if you are empty from within, what is the meaning of empty? Emptiness means if you touch the core of your silence, if you have no conditionings, if you have no attachments, if you have no desires, you are empty from within, then you become the flute of Krishna and he plays through you. So when he plays through you, then how do you become? You become an instrument which is tuned to every single emotion and sound of the universe. That means you become like, one with this universal music. You are dancing to this universal music. This is how you become. And he plays through you. That means he works through you. Whatever you will say will not be your words. The words may be yours, but the emotion would be his. Whatever you will see, he will see through you. He will walk through you. He will talk through you because you are empty, and he will just play through you. So you become a living temple. You become a living instrument of Krishna. So this is why he is always playing the flute. And of course, for bhaktas, it is enchanting. He is like, but he is the divine Pied Piper. He, you just begin to follow him. So he plays that flute. That is so beautiful. Then his navel. Okay. Now, if we see any picture from mythology about creation, you will see that Narayan is on that Shesh Nag, okay, and a lotus comes out from his navel, and on the lotus you will see Brahma seated on top, right? So what does this exactly mean? What is Shesh Nag? Why is he on that Shesh Nag? So the Shesh Nag, or any serpent which is on top of the head, it means it is a sign of awakening. What we overlook is the navel. So his navel, you can say, is like the white hole from which everything in the universe is coming out. In science, we have read about the black hole and we have read about the white hole, right? So I describe Krishna in this way, that he is like a universal magnet. He is like a universal black hole. And if you really are in meditation, you will see, and he has projected or depicted that in his Virat Swarup, when he actually shows that everything is going inside him.
मैं समस्त लोगों का नाश करने वाला महाकाल हूँ। मैं ही मृत्यु हूँ।
Kindly subscribe and share our videos.